everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from. Comment down in the comment section your location so we can also know, or we know that we are reaching global audience today. So today is a very special day to our Mommy Diaries live chat because we have a very special guest with us, Aminata from USA. We are so grateful that you're spending part of your morning with us. And for those who are joining us for the first time, Mommy Chat Live or Mommy Diaries Live Chat is a space where real people share real stories, the wins, the struggles, the lessons, and the possibilities that come when you choose to grow through the life challenges. So today is a very special episode because we are featuring an incredible woman.
Mhm.
This journey is a true example of resilience, determination, and courage. So our special guest is Aminata, a full-time healthcare worker, a mom, a wife, and also a digital business owner. So like many parents out there, she was already juggling so much, yet she found a very unique and a very different way to create another option for herself and her family. So today we'll talk about her journey, her challenges, her truth, her growth, what became possible when she decided to step outside of her comfort zone. If you're a busy parent like us, if you're a health worker like many of us here, someone who feels there got to be other way to create options or choices in life, this conversation is for you. So stay tuned. Grab your coffee and say hello in the comments and let's get started. So before we begin, for the people or for those who don't know me yet or who doesn't know me, my new followers, my new friends there. My name is Richie. I am currently living here in Edmonton, Alberta. I'm a mom of two beautiful kids. I am currently on my maternity leave, but prior to that, I am working in the manufacturing industry here in Edmonton and been working in the manufacturing industry for the last 12 years. And right now, I'm building my business on the side with my baby and my kids around me. And I am a proud digital business owner. So, Sis Kat, floor is yours.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be here and excited to hear Aminata's inspiration or inspiring story today. By the way, my name is Catherine, currently living here in London, Ontario, and I'm a full time health worker as well, like Aminata, a wife, a mom, and also a digital business owner. Good morning, everyone. This is Janice.
Thank you, Sis Kat and Sis Chi. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, I'm so excited as well for today's live because, it's going to be very relatable and inspiring, especially for busy moms like us and working professionals. So, again, to those who are new to our live, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Janice. I currently live in Calgary, Alberta. I'm originally from the Philippines. I'm a mom of three, a wife. I work from home full time as a customer service representative. And just like you guys, I'm also building a business on the side around my kids and business schedules. Thank you.
Thank you, sisters. Thank you to my amazing co-host and Aminata as well. So let's just go and start the question and answer portion. And but before that, I want Aminata to introduce herself briefly before Sis Catherine can answer the first question. Sis Aminata.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, to invite me. Sis Richie, Sis Catherine, and Janice. I'm really happy. I'm excited to be here. Okay, my name is Aminata. I'm a mother of two, a boy and a girl. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna say this. I was married. I'm not married again, so I'm a single mom. But a proud single mom. I'm not gonna cry, but I'm happy that I made the decision because when I have two kids and I decided I'm a full time caregiver and I decided to start my digital business. Through that, I got therapy. So that's me for now. Then we can. That's me briefly. Mother of two, caregiver full time, and a single mom. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that, Aminata. And for our first question, let's start from the beginning. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what life looked like before you started your digital business journey? Something more.
Um. Actually, I don't have much to tell because I got here in 2024. I was new. 1 year into USA, I got married without knowing the rules of marriage, without knowing anything. Like I got married right away. 5 years down the line, I had a son. But within that 5 years of me having a child, I realized by then I was doing my job as a food service because when I came in the USA, I started doing as a food service, and then I decided to go for healthcare. When I went to for healthcare and I started doing healthcare, as well as having a child, I realized that I'm always out of the house. My son started crawling, started talking, eating. Most of those I didn't see him because he was always with his dad. So pretty much that's my beginnings as to why I decided to. I said no. When I had my second baby, I knew whatever happened to me when I had my first child, I didn't want that to happen because I had missed so much to the point that I couldn't know when my child started walking, started crawling, started calling. My son would not call my name. He only called his dad for the longest. So when I had my second baby, I realized no, I don't want that kind of life. I want to be a part of my baby's growth, everything. I need to see everything. So that's my beginnings in this business. Back to you, my dear.
Thank you for sharing that, Aminata. I can also relate on that actually as a healthcare worker and as a mom of two as well. And I just have one follow up question. And
Yeah.
what were what were some of the challenges you were experiencing at that time? Just a specific one.
A specific one was when I could come back home and I could not really bond with my baby because I was really tired. Like from working a full time, by then I was working as a food service. When I would come back, my baby would be crying. I'm tired. I could not hold the baby until to the one point my partner told me that, how can you be with a child that you cannot even hold? That is the one challenge, and that it's something that really changed my life. So for me, that was specific. It's like a blueprint on my head. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Aminata. Yes, I agree. Being an healthcare worker really draining us a lot. And when we got home, no, 0%.
Yeah.
That's all. Thank you for that's for my questions for today. How about you, Janice? It's your turn.
Hello, Aminata.
Hi.
So this is kind of
Ladies.
related to Kat's question, because every journey starts with a moment, right? So
Yeah.
for you, like, what was your turning point? What was happening in your life when you first started looking for something more?
My first turning point was the fact that I need when I got pregnant was the fact that I don't want to go to my first situation when I first raised my son. I knew I wanted to be a present mom. I want to see my daughter grow, crawl. For me, that was my turning point because I could not see the little moments as a first mom who you'll be proud of. I missed all of that. And I needed to see those for me to feel the guilt that I was having because it was eating me away slowly by slowly. So I needed to find that from my second baby. I needed to fill that gap that I had lost for me because that was my turning point for me. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. That's a very strong turning point, right? Because as a mom, you really don't want to miss the milestones. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't on that situation, but the way it affected me, because I know how it feels when you witness your children's milestones, right? Because I was there. Like, I chose to be with them, like that. But some moms doesn't have, they don't have choices, right? So I totally feel how it feels on your end during that time, Aminata. So it's a good thing that, you know um that situation, you use that to make a decision for yourself, right? So that, you know at this second child, with your second child, you can be with them, right? Just like Sis Richie and maybe Sis Kat too, right? So they're all, I know they all can relate. They both can relate to your story. But there's just a follow-up questions here, Aminata, for you. Were you nervous at first when you started? And what were some of your biggest doubts or fears when you were starting?
Oh my gosh, yes, because when I started in 2023, the year before that, I was scammed. I got a scam. People think this is a scam, but trust me, it's not a scam. Real scams are right there. I was scammed my first taxes as a mom. My like it was my fear was that, is this really? And when I told my mom, she's like, are you sure you're not getting scammed again? Because was scammed. I bawled in front of her, and she's like, just make sure this is not a scam. Yes, but fear is real of people saying that, is this a scam? But trust me, if I say you in if you this is the right place for you to be, it's not a scam. Because if we pay taxes, if businesses are registered, this is like, I don't think there's any business that is a scam that is registered. I don't think so. So yes, the fear of being scammed, the fear of putting yourself doing the things that you would never do as a person, because most of the time, if you want this business to work for you, you have to put yourself out there. For me, it was nerve-wracking. I was scared of people judging me, saying, what am I doing? Am I into scams? Things like that. Those are fears that if you're studying something new, you face. And if you put that in front of you, I don't think you can do anything in life, not only business, even going after your dreams, even raising your kids in a certain way, if you're fearing people to judge you, to say, why does she do things like this? So, the fear of being judged, the fear of being a scammer, called a scammer, being scammed, those are the fears that I was really scared of. But thank God, 2 years down the line, I can say, who is going to say that? They can say whatever they want. I know this business is legit. I pay taxes. So yeah, those are my fears. Yeah, that were there in the beginning. Yeah.
Thank you, Aminata. Those were very valid, 'di ba? Oh, sorry. I was speaking Tagalog. Sorry,
It's
guys.
okay.
You have to learn
You know,
Tagalog soon.
I speak with a lot. I do work with a lot of Filipinos, so yeah, I'm used to
Yeah.
it.
And
Yeah.
I forgot to mention the way you say sis. That's very Filipino already. So yay. Yeah. So yeah. And those were very valid fears, Aminata. We've all been there. The fear of judgment, which is very, very relatable for the three of us, and for sure to our viewers,
Mhm.
those who are watching us. Maybe that's the one that's keeping them from checking into this,
Yeah.
because or starting something like this, because they're really scared of what other people will say, right? And the other one is the fear of being scammed, especially for as you mentioned, someone like you who has been scammed before. And we cannot blame the others as well, right, mga sis? So we
Yes.
cannot blame others because they've all been scammed at some point in their lives, right?
Yeah.
And I like the way you mentioned that you pay taxes. We have T4As. So how can a scam be registered to CRA, right?
Yeah.
So I think the takeaway in there is, or the reminder for all the viewers, for us right now, because there are information available. So it is good that you have this fear of being scammed, fear of being judged, right? Especially the fear of being scammed.
Yeah.
um that's why there are information available. Like we give webinars, we that $149, like, it's for you to really, look into the business. So
Yeah.
for you to gain clarity, right? Because it's important that you make your informed decisions, right?
Yeah.
Don't settle for
Yeah.
confusion, for fears and doubts without giving yourself a chance to gain clarity, right?
Yeah.
That's
So yeah, thank you so much, Aminata. And thanks for understanding my Tagalog.
You're welcome. It's okay. I think I worked with a lot of Filipinos right now to the point like, okay, yeah, I know. It kind of slips, yeah. Some of them will be eating and they're talking to me and I'm like, so and so, I don't understand what you're saying, right? And she's like, oh, sorry. So it's okay.
Thank
You're
you, Sis Chi and Sis
welcome.
Kath.
I think I'm just gonna add something to Aminata's turning point because I think we have the same turning point. Because this, as a mom and as a career person or as a working mom, I think your biggest how do you say it, enemy is your guilt, your mom guilt, right? But at the same time, you want to provide, but you want to be present. But how can you do that if you don't have enough resources, right? So as a mom or as a working mom, you want to have more options for your family and for your kids, but at the same time you want to grow as well as a person. You want to improve yourself as a person, and we are just so, it's not lucky, we're not lucky, we are just so grateful that we found this amazing opportunity that we are doing right now, because in this opportunity we're doing the we're doing both. We don't have to choose between work, between income, or between growth, anything like that, because we can be building something on the side while being present with our family and kids, right? So I think many people are watching today and they can actually relate with you, Aminata. And often it's not about wanting more money, but because we want more options, right? So now we'll dive in or drive into the next question for you. This is the $100 or $100 million question that I prepared for you. So yeah,
Okay.
growth. Yes. Growth isn't always as easy, right? But can you share some of the challenges you've faced since starting the business journey and made you grow or matured as a person as well?
Um, I would say, when you're setting a business, and especially if it's an online business, the concept is that you have to put yourself out there for people to trust you. For me, my biggest challenge was like, are we doing Facebook? Oh my God. I remember my mom was like, are you sure what you're doing? She's like, are you sure what you're doing? I remember when she saw my first video, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, Ma, this is a business. I had to be there. She's like, are you sure? People are looking at you. I was like, Ma, I'm not sure, but I had to do this. My biggest challenge was to put myself out there because I do have Facebook, but if you have Facebook back those days, you just go to scroll, have funny videos, right? But when
yeah.
you said something that you had to put yourself out there, that's when you know, oh, that's why you've been seeing people making funny memes, how they started, and now you understand. So yeah, my biggest fear was putting myself out there, being vulnerable that I'm starting something new. People will judge me, people will ask me, what are you doing, are you starting to be a scammer, like I said before. My biggest challenge was putting myself out there. And also another biggest challenge was the journey of being consistency and trusting in the journey, because I remember when we were studying before we went live, I was telling you guys how this business has been like therapy to me. Because when I first started, I was going through too much. Mom's guilt, my marriage was crumbling already. So there's a story that I had one time in the dream in one of our community, right? The lady Shannon shared her journey, like when she lost her husband, her child, and I realized, oh my God, yes, I'm going through this, but if this has been happening to me, so that gave me that confidence. And yes, was it challenging? Yes, God, yes. It was challenging. Was I confident? No, I would not even go to this live with anybody. I would be like, okay, we can go live, but I can put a picture, right? So those are the challenges that I faced. I wasn't confident. I was scared of being judged, putting myself out there. Those like are the biggest fear that I had. But I thank God, like through this business, I gained the courage, the confidence, I would say, to be put myself there. That I even go live sometimes if I can, like without hesitating. It doesn't matter how I look like, but as long as I'm out there. So yeah, the biggest challenges were confidence, putting myself out there. Those are the main points. Yeah.
I think I can relate again to you. I think most of whatever you were saying earlier, since we start, I always like that's me. I can see myself, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not easy. It's not easy to be
Yeah.
vulnerable. It's not easy to open up online. It's not easy to
Yeah.
show your life online. And at the same time, it's not easy to speak in front of people or in front of you guys like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I will cry. I cried. Right? Because that's the truth. That's the truth. Like,
Yeah.
how can you face your fear if you don't want to try it, right? You have to
Yeah.
try. You have to
Mm.
overcome it, and then maybe today you're a 1% confident, and tomorrow you're like 25% confident, and it's
Yeah.
normal. That's totally normal because we are still human, right? And at the same time, you want to build that connection. You want to build that trust to all the people that you are talking to and to the future
Mm.
business partners that we can have soon in our community. Once you have that respect, once you have that connection, you don't have to chase people, you don't have to chase them.
Yeah.
They will just come to you because they can resonate with you, they can relate with you, and that's what matters most, right? You are being real, you are being authentic. And for me, I love our community because I learned so much from them, like Janice and Catherine. I met them in our community, and I'm just so grateful because they taught
Mm.
me a lot. They taught me how to be a better person, a better version of myself. And for that, I can find something else or somewhere else that I can find the oh, that's making me nervous now, Janice.
Oh.
I don't think we can find somewhere else that we can be like this. Like we can be real, we
Yeah.
can be vulnerable, we can be happy, we can be sad at some point because this community is real. We are real people who can actually help people who wants to change their lives as well. Because let's be honest, the world today is evolving, everything is changing. You don't know. We don't know what will happen next in the next 3 years, in the next 10 years. We don't know. But as long as we tried, at least we
Yeah.
will not be saying in ourselves that we didn't try. So we have that regrets. We don't have that regrets anymore. At least we did our best. We showed up. Anyways, the driver of your car is you. No one will come for you.
Is
Okay.
you? Yeah.
So there's one more question for you, Aminata, that, before we actually wrap up. If you could describe the
Yeah.
woman you were when you started versus the woman you are today, what has changed? It's like you're facing the mirror. This is Janice's favorite part, the mirror part.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. God. When I said, like, my biggest reason was my kids, my marriage crumbling. I needed something that I will wake up in the morning and say, I can do this without my ex judging me, because I was in a marriage where I don't know, I don't want to say it in a bad way because I have kids, but there was a lot of um I don't even know how to put it, because there was a lot of brainwash, right? So I didn't have friends. I was looking at everything in my life as a negative thing, right? So when I started to put myself into business, this, like, seriously looking into my business, I realized there's a lot of women who have raised kids by themselves in this business, but they're thriving. Like, one of our biggest model in the business is Rowan. For me, when I saw her, when I went to that convention and I saw her and she told her story, it was like she's telling my story, you know? So I looked at her and I was looking at myself. I wasn't happy inside. I would smile. Even when I looked at my pictures, the smile, I would tell, is not coming from within. It's coming from something that I'm trying to prove or something that I'm trying to protect. That was the woman before. But right now, I feel like I am a free woman. I can do anything. Life challenges, yes, they are there. But right now, the freedom, the happiness, the life that I feel after joining the business, because this business has people that really can talk to your soul. Like I said, I was saying, like, this is like therapy. Like, for me, this business, it's like therapy. The masterminds, the the six and beyond, because there are stories that really can really, for me, they really do work for me, because they're like the food for your soul. They kind of build me as a human, and I started seeing myself in a different light than someone who sees everything, friends, anything that I'm doing. If I'm going to do a career, or if I'm doing something, everything was for me like it was everything. I would see it in this negative position, right? But for now, I'm really happy because I joined ladies that really went through life and came out strong, and they showed me that this is not how life is supposed to be, right? So I feel like my new self, I'm like, I'm ready to take on anything that comes in, whether judgment, whether being questioned, what am I doing? It's okay. This is me. Everybody has to be their own. You don't have to follow someone's footstep. You can be your own and still shine within you. So for me, that's what I've seen myself, the two me. I've seen my new me, that I'm smiling from within. Everything that is from within, it's okay. But the before me, I was smiling, but I could feel myself. I wasn't smiling from within, you know? So that's the new me. I feel like that's the difference that I've seen since I joined the business. It it's that, I don't even know how to say it. It's that thing that you feel like you're free. You can do anything without fear of judgment, without someone telling you, oh, like, this is going to happen. This is for me, that's what I feel. Yeah. I don't want to talk too much.
It's liberating,
Wow.
right? It's
I love
liberating.
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm so
Because I
I
can
have
I
goosebumps.
I
I
can
have
literally
goosebumps
go
right now.
back. Like, seriously, people speaking who is listening to me, like, this is not a joke. I would go back and look
Hi.
at my 2019, 2000 photos and right now photos, and look at the smiles, and I would tell the difference, that it wasn't from within, from back then. And I know myself. I'm this person. You see this, the way you see me. Even if I'm going to a new job, it's nerve wracking, but I would smile. I'll make sure everybody is.
Yeah.
But before, I would keep myself in. I don't want to be like that. But now it's like I'm back to my normal self like before. So it was really, this business has really done something for me that I cannot even say anything. It's not about the money. It's it's the growth that comes with the business too. Personal growth, the confidence. So yeah, for me, that's the difference.
Wow, I love it. Aminata, I can listen to you the whole day. Like the way you are expressing yourself right now, like you inspired me, you inspired a lot of women for real. But the more we share what's going on with us, the more what happened to us, or the more we share what happened to us now versus before, you will see even yourself, you will
Yeah.
be in like, really, is that me now? Like you will not believe what happened to
Yeah,
you,
like,
right?
yeah, that's true. You just said it right there, because I sometimes I sit and I say, what happened to me? What was wrong with me? My mom one time sat me down and said, because me, I'll tell you the difference when I got married and before. I was someone who I was outspoken, but I had put that in a box. I was put in a box where I cannot outspeak. Everything that I would do, it was judged. But after I joined the business and everything went on, I felt like I'm back to myself. And my mom said, "That's my daughter that I know." That really opened up more to what I am today. For your parents not to ever recognize you, it's also something else. And you're this person, you're trying to be a good mother, a good parent. If you have that cloud over you, I don't think the fear of judgment, if somebody has put you in this box or some people think of you differently, it kind of affects you. But when you put yourself out there and you get just surround yourself with people like you in our community, like for me, I'll always go back to the community because I've had too many stories that really fed into my soul and brought my old self back. So yeah, I don't want to say too much. Oh my gosh, I'll go back to you, Richie.
Thank you. Any reaction, Sis Kat and Janice?
I just want to say something, sis. Kasi that's, the story was very empowering for women, right? Na to be able to find the courage to get out of that box, right? So it's important that you know your limits and boundaries. You have to, lagi na, we always say that protect your peace, right? And that's what you did. You protected the part of you
Mm.
that you almost lost. So I don't know. I'm just listening to you. It's making me cry because I I never wanted myself or any of my friends to be in that situation, right? Or my siblings. Like I don't want someone
Don't cry.
to
Don't cry.
put. I know
Oh my gosh, don't cry.
I'm not crying. I'm just
Don't
teary-eyed.
cry.
So
Oh my gosh.
like you were so strong, and we are so proud of you. You must be very proud of yourself, Aminata. We are so proud of you. Like just hearing you, this is just a tiny bit of your story, but you're really sharing a very powerful message to us and to everyone watching. So thank you so much for that.
Mhm.
Yes,
I'll give it to Sis Kat before I cry.
yeah, thank you for the
Oh my gosh,
inspiring
don't cry.
story, Aminata. Okay, one thing more, Aminata. What we love talking about here in Mommy Diaries is possibilities. So since starting this journey, what
Hmm.
new possibilities have opened up for you and your family?
Huh. Sorry, can you do that question? Because the network
Okay.
wasn't right. I couldn't hear
Okay,
you.
my question is, since starting this journey, what new possibilities have opened up for you and your family?
Oh, everything always comes back to me and my kids. I was before I started this business, I was doing two jobs, a food service worker and a caregiver. But when I started this business, I was running up and down. I would come in, do the morning shift as a food service, come back home, change right away, and get into my usual clothes and go to my caregiving job. So one time my son was like, "Mommy, can I go with you to work?" And I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Mommy, you're not always home." Oh my God, that really affected me, and I realized every single day I do the same thing. I come home, I see my kids for like 10, 20 minutes because I have to change into something and then go to my other job until 11 o'clock. By the time I come back, they're already sleeping. It really hit me so bad. So I realized when I started this business, my goal was to at least have one job. So when I started within 1 year, I was still building my confidence, my website and everything, my page. After that, I dropped one job. So now I'm only having one job. And I thank God because I can 100% say that I am okay depending on one income. I'm also taking some of the time that I was putting into my other job into my business because I know when you put energy and time into something, it really builds up and you will get results because it's like going to school. You cannot get results or you cannot get a job until you put the time on. The same as goes to business. If you do not put the time in, you will never see results. And so I'm comfortable saying that because of this business, I had to drop one job and focus on my kids. With the time that I was putting out for the other job, I put it back to my kids. So I always put my kids back to sleep. Sorry, I'm outside. Sorry. I put my kids back to sleep. I read my bedtime stories with my kids when I'm off. 100%. I don't have to say I'm off. I'm going to my other job. Not anymore. Thanks God to this business because it gave me that flexibility and the luxury of being comfortable enough to say I can still survive on one income, still put in the extra time that I was putting in for the other job for my business and my kids. So that's the one thing that I thank God for this business, because it gave me the luxury of still depending on one stream of income, not two, not two jobs, one, and still build something on the side comfortably. Because if it had worked for many, it can still work for all of us, if we put in the time and the energy like we would put in as an employee for a second job or third job. For me, that's the takeaway that helped me in this business for you.
Wow, that's nice, Aminata. Yes, I totally agree. We are on the same situation before, and I totally agree for that because um having this business is really better than having a second job because it's
Yeah,
aside from draining us, we don't have any time for our kids if we do have another job that will drain us as
yeah,
well. And as a mom of two, a full time worker, and an online business owner, what I've learned as well is the growth that doesn't happen when life gets easier. It happens when we choose to keep going despite of the challenges.
yeah.
And yes, through resilience, faith, and willingness to learn, I just want to share that I've discovered that creating more choices for my family is possible. And it can be lighter if you really love what you're doing. That's what I've discovered. If you love what you're doing, it's lighter and it's easier to do. And especially if you have a good community around you that makes you happy each and every day, each and every time. And I'm so grateful and thankful for them as well. And by listening on your story, Aminata, and seeing the real smile on your eyes, now we've seen and we felt that your happiness is genuine right now. And I've also seen that your mindset has called that has already changed. So my follow-up question is, how do you view yourself or your future differently today? And what excites you most about what's ahead?
Oh, thank you so much. How I view myself is someone who can do anything, even though people judge. I am ready. At this point of my life, I'm like, okay, judge me. I'm doing me, makes me happy. And whatever that I'm doing that will make me happy and will inspire someone else to be like me, you know? Because if I kept on staying on how people are viewing me, how I'm going to be judged, I don't think I'll be here today. I don't think I'll ever have been able to do the decisions that I've made in my life as a single mom. I don't think I would even be a single mom at this time. I don't think I would even be safely happy to say that I'm a single mom, because that's something. Sorry, guys.
It's
I'm so
okay.
sorry. There are some times of my time, there's some point of my life that I was wondering, how am I going to survive this? But thank God I am out here comfortably saying I am a single mom, because like I said, this business was like therapy to me. Like, without even joking, this business, like I'm saying, it was therapy to me. Without going to therapy, yes, there are days that you feel like, oh, I'm down, but then again, when you still and listen to some people's stories in our system, you come back up, right? For me, and how I see myself in the future is this woman who can be like my inspiration, because I look at Riri as, I call Rawan Riri. Sorry, guys, I nicknamed her Riri for me. I look at her and every time I listen to the story that she kept on saying, it was like she's telling my own story. It was she's telling my own story, and I look at myself and I look in the mirror and I say, I want to be that woman, because she's the woman that stood up with all the circumstances, that everything that was thrown at her. She stood up. She didn't know English, but she stood up. I knew English. Okay, that's good, a plus for me, right? So if I know English, maybe I can be like her. So for me, it's like I see myself as this strong woman, a person who is going to speak to someone and speak directly in the eyes, on the soul of this person, and inspire them to be more better than me and than who I was before, you know. That's how I see myself and pray. And I pray, hopefully, I be like that person that God help me be that person, inspire people like Rawanas. This is a woman that I look at and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be like that lady because she was telling a story and I saw myself in her, you know. So that's how I see myself, and I pray to be like someone like her. Yeah, thank you so much.
Wow, that was so nice, Aminata. You really touched our hearts today. You are our win in Wednesday today. Thank you so much for sharing, and I'll pass you now to Janice.
Thank you, Sis Kat. My goodness, we're overloaded with emotions, learnings, and life lessons today, Aminata. You're very very inspiring. So um before we end, what is your advice to those moms who are maybe going through something today, who feel stuck, overwhelmed, or they want to create more choices for their family? What would you say to them? I think you're muted.
I'm so
It
sorry.
happens.
I'm so sorry. I'm so excited. Like this question really brings out the me that I want to talk to. There's,
Mhm.
as mothers, we are expected to do everything. You are expected to do school runs, do cook, do everything, and forget yourself. I'm talking to those mothers that do everything and forget themselves. Please, please do not ever forget yourself, because the more you forget yourself, you put a cloud on your head and you forget who you really are before you had kids, before you had a marriage. You need to be who you are before you had a marriage, before you had kids, because that's what will really keep your marriage, keep your kids going. Always go back to who you really are, because if you forget that person, you will forget that person and forget your dreams and forget everything and put anybody else but you. Do not do that, because if you do that, you will not have the courage to stand up to start anything or even going back to your dreams, because that, you forgetting who you are before having kids, it's like you're forgetting who you really are. You're now taking on this real, yes, you're a mom, everybody, you're a proud mom, but that's not who you really are. Yes, you were a mom, but personally, before kids, that's not you really you are. I've had too many stories, too many advice telling, do not ever forget who you are, because who you really are before the marriage, before the kids, that's who you truly are. And that will truly help you within all the raising your kids, as a wife, as you know, those things. Even in business, it will help you who you are. What are your values? What do you believe? Do you believe in yourself? What are the kind of dreams that you want to inspire? If you want to inspire them, what is the difference that you're doing right now that you want to do? Even if you're a married woman, even if you're a single mom, even if you're, that dream, it should never, there's always those little times you sit there, okay, my kids are sleeping, my partner is not disturbing me, everything is cool, right? Go back to who you were. Those little times make something for you. Make something that you say, this is for me, as me. It's me, but it's still going to help my family, my kids, my home. You know, don't, for me, my biggest advice is, do not ever forget who you personally are before kids, before marriage, and before anything else, because everything comes from who you really are. Even if you're building a business, but if you don't know who you really are and your values, I don't think you can go and run a business or and manage all your business partners that come with you, because that is really who you are. That's what your values are. What you value and what you respect as a business person, as a mom. Those are the foundations that are going to hold you through your business, because those are the foundation. Like, they drive you, they shape your journey. For me, that's what I would say. And the advice, as a parent, a struggling mom, yes, we have to struggle, but at the same time, do not forget who you are as a human being. Don't forget yourself, because yourself is what is going to help you out within all these aspects of life. Your life self, your happy self, your confident self it will show in your kids, it will show in your marriage, it will show in your business, in every aspect of your life. That's the biggest advice that I'm going to say. It's not going to be about business, it's going to be about you as a human, as a parent. Don't forget who you really are within. Yeah, that's my biggest advice.
Thank you, Aminata. That's very powerful. And my biggest takeaway is the thing that you said, don't forget yourself, just like what we discussed in one of our lives. I'm not sure if you remember that. Now that I think we had the one live that we discussed something about, motherhood is beautiful, but don't lose yourself in the process,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because your kids need you as a person, not just as a mom. Like the
Yeah.
you as a person, your kids need you as a person, your husband needs you as a person, and everybody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as what we always say, like you cannot pour with
What
an
one
empty
from
cup,
an empty cup? Yeah.
right? You cannot pour from an empty cup. So you have to give some time for yourself as well. Like if you have interest, you want to do something that will, make you feel good, do it, right?
Yeah.
So that's very powerful, Aminata. I hope our viewers will keep that in mind, you know?
Yeah. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much for that. I have no other questions because I'm overloaded with information and and emotions already. Oh my god, thank you so much. I just
You're
love I
welcome.
just love everything you said
Yeah.
today.
Right.
Thank you.
Do you have something else, Sis Chi and
Our
Sis Kat?
I,
our
I
takeaway.
don't I think there's a lot, just like what you have said, there's a lot of emotions, a lot of learnings, a lot of golden nuggets in what Aminata shared today. And that was really, really powerful. So as we wrap up today's episode, we hope Aminata's stories remind everyone who are watching us the current situation does not really define your future. Because whether you're a healthcare worker, you're a mom, you're a dad, you're a working parent, or someone who just wants to have an option, growth is always possible as long as you want to grow
Oh, what happened?
Where are you?
with us, right? You don't
Yeah.
you
We
don't
lost
have
you.
to figure out everything alone because we have this community who supports us. We have our mentors, we have our coaches. They are like available the whole time as long as you ask questions, you reach out, and you have to be
Yeah.
humble and you have to be coachable at all times, right? And Aminata's journey really shows up or shows us that the ordinary people can create extraordinary changes when they stay committed to their visions, right? Because nothing changes if nothing changes. Do you believe that? So I think
Yep.
that's the end of our powerful live today. Like, oh my goodness, I want to do this again. Can you can you be
Yeah.
our guest again?
Yes. I
Yeah.
just want to hug you, Aminata. Virtual hug. Thank you so
Right?
much.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
you are so
Thank
strong, girl, and I'm
you.
so proud of you. I just want you to know that we are so proud of you. Everyone is inspired today. The energy
Yeah.
is like this high right now. The emotions is like
Thank you.
there's a big emotions right there, and I want you to know that we are here for you, and we support each other every time, and we want you to be yourself. Just go on, be
Yeah.
yourself, be happy, enjoy your journey, and you know what? Don't stop dreaming
Yes.
because as we go on in our life, we
Yeah.
know that something is waiting for us. But once you stop dreaming, that's it. So don't stop
Yeah.
dreaming. Okay?
Don't stop.
Yeah. Thank you.
And we are
I
your
think that's all
family.
for me. I don't know if you guys wants to say something before we go.
Miss Kat, do you want to
Yeah.
say something?
Yeah, just for Aminata, yes, as I said before, we are your family, we are your husbands. So be happy.
Yeah, you got three. You got three.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
so for everyone, if today's conversation spoke to you, you can comment possibilities below. And
Yeah.
if you'd like to learn how everyday parents and professionals are creating additional options from home, send any of us a message and we'd be happy
Yep.
to share our story with you
Yeah.
and this journey with you as well.
Thank you,
Thank you
sis.
so
And
much.
remember, guys, small beginnings can lead to big transformations. And as we always say, in all our lives, growth happens outside your comfort zone. It's at the other
At the
end of your
end.
comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody grows inside the comfort zone. And your next chapter could start with just one decision away. So don't
Yeah.
settle for confusion. Clarity is available. Yeah.
I think before we go, ladies, I have a lot of viewers here. They actually got inspired with Aminata today, and I'm so so grateful they are here until now. They're still watching. So
Wow, thank
we
you
are
Wow,
so
very
that's
much,
nice.
we are very thankful
everyone.
for you,
Yeah. I'm so
ladies.
happy.
Vanessa from Saskatchewan, Canada. Sel is also watching from Airdrie, Alberta. Ate Olive is watching from Calgary. And Ate
Oh,
Mercy from Lacombe, Alberta. So this is
oh
a
wow.
message from Vanessa. She said mostly of us started with fear and doubt, but it didn't stop us there. We did our due
Yes.
diligence, and that's why we move forward. So she
Yes. That's
agreed
the
with you.
spirit. Yes.
Ate Mercy, she said, so true for me, fear of what people think of me. Be branded as scammer online, even your family don't believe in you. Yeah, that's true. Totally agree. Again, we cannot please everyone. As long as you keep going, that's what matters most, right? And Ate Ed's from Toronto, she said, so inspiring, ladies. I think she's pertaining to Aminata's journey and story. She said, beautiful story of your journey, the transformation of this business to one's life is really unbelievable from Vanessa. And Ate Mercy, she just said this, you guys making me cry when Janice
Oh,
was crying. I think she,
oh my God. Sorry, guys.
oh my God. Thank you everyone who watched us and who stayed with
Thank
us until
you.
the
I
end. I hope
I have
you,
comments here to sis. Can I read
okay,
some?
go. Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
okay, last. My mom, Sheila Lane, she's watching from Calgary, and then sis Vanessa again. She's
Oh,
everywhere. Thank you, sis. So, she said she said here I can relate to her. So that's you, Aminata. The missed milestone for 10 years gave me that guilt, but it
oh,
lead me to look for an option that I can be present and at the same time earn for our living.
Wow.
And thank you, sis. And of course,
that's
our
good.
very own
Wow.
Kuya JLs. You're gonna meet him, Kuya JL.
Yeah.
Oh,
Amazing. Watching from Calgary and Sis Mary from New Brunswick because of the people on the community who lift you up and keep you motivated. So that's the community support
yeah.
that we have. And of
Yes.
course, Brother John De Luna from Edmonton. He's watching from Edmonton as well. Thank you, everyone. Because it's
Thank
got
you. And I have a comment too.
Thank you.
Just want to read it from Vanessa as well. She said mostly of us started with fear and doubt, but it didn't stop us there. We did our due diligence. That's why we move forward. And
Oh,
then hi to Ate Sel, John as well. Thank you for watching. And Ate Nena, she said, very nice conversation, inspiring to everyone. Thank you so much for watching. And Olivia as well is also watching. So thank you
Yeah,
so much, everyone.
thank.
one of my friend in the Philippines, she's also watching. Rose
Oh
from
my
Manila,
gosh!
from Philippines. Yeah,
Wow.
she's watching right
Oh,
now.
they're
How
awake.
Thank
are
you,
they
sis, for
doing?
watching. This is what she said. Emotional yet the rock. Tired but keeps going. Worried but full of hope. Overwhelmed but
Yes,
never quits. That's a real mom. So I
that's
think
true.
she resonated with you, Aminata.
Thank you
Oh,
so
see,
much.
you
Thank you.
inspired
I'm
a lot of people
happy.
today.
I'm
Yeah.
really happy. Like this, I don't know. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I don't have anything to say. I don't have any words, but I'm happy that at least I spoke to that mom that thought that this was the end of it all. I just wanted to know you're not the only one. Life is always challenging. Raising little ones, it's a big journey. As long as you have people who are with you, who resonate with you, you're not alone. We are
Yeah.
all moms. If you need help, we are here to help. If you need you to be held by hand, to be guided through what else can is out there besides being a mom, a wife, a homemaker. You can still be a business owner and inspire people and hold other people. That will also build you as a human. It will inspire you. It will make you more happier too, you know. These moms hold other moms. My as a mom holds another mom's hand. With through that we build this community that helps, that you come to and open up and say, hey, I don't have to always worry about what is the kids going to eat. Figure it out and be yourself again. Through this community, helping another mom can also be liberating, you know, can also be make you realize that, oh my gosh, I have another purpose as a human being, as a mom, you know. So I am so happy to inspire everybody. I don't want to talk too much, gosh, I'm going to cry. No.
Thank you, ladies. We'll
Thank you
see you
so
next
much.
Wednesday to our next
Okay, thank
episode of
you,
Mommy
bye.
Diaries.
Thank you so
Bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
Bye.
much,
Aminata,
Bye,
great
thank
to
Aminata.
you.
hear.